are getting their cash back matched. They just can't get enough. So whether it's raining down on your head or raining into your bank account, it's your cash back, and Discover is matching it. Discover Cashback Match. What are you waiting for? Learn more at discover.com/match.
In Colorado, police are still investigating a deadly mall shooting Friday in Aurora. That city rocked by a deadly movie theater mass shooting in 2012. ABC's Clayton Sandell has details.
Police say the violence broke out Friday afternoon inside a JCPenney store at an Aurora, Colorado shopping mall. A 17-year-old male was shot, taken to a hospital where he died. Police have not released any suspect information, but believe this was an isolated incident and not an active shooter. Friday's violence just a stone's throw from the movie theater where 7 years ago a gunman opened fire during a Batman movie, killing 12 people.
The Catholic Church heeding a call to crack down on sex abuse at the hands of priests. Now there's new concern about the handling of recent scandals at the Archdiocese of Washington. ABC's David Wright is in D.C.
Tough new questions for the Roman Catholic Church about why officials turned a blind eye for years to allegations of sexual misconduct by former Cardinal Theodore McCarrick. The Washington Post reports McCarrick gave hundreds of thousands of dollars from a discretionary fund he controlled to powerful church figures, including $90,000 to Pope John Paul and $291,000 to Pope Benedict.
Pope Francis defrocked McCarrick last year after a Vatican investigation found him guilty of abusing his office for sex. This is ABC News.
It's Ginger Z. This new year, don't settle for reaching just one milestone. Unleash the best version of yourself with Peloton. Peloton has live, high-intensity classes from world-class instructors and workout playlists that'll keep you coming back for more. You'll love the ease of taking classes in your very own home. Peloton is the perfect way to ring in the new year, and one subscription is good for the whole family. Terms apply. Visit onepeloton.com or your local showroom to learn more.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
ABC News this hour is sponsored by the Woodland Bank. We're here with Sue and Brian Harris, owners of Eagle Nest Lodge.
We've got 14 cabins from 1 to 5 bedrooms in size, and we're on the north shore of Cutfoot Sioux Lake, which is a bay on the northeast corner of Big Winnie.
Oh, we are a very family-friendly, fabulous location resort, one of the best beaches in the state.
Well, we were struggling with another local bank. We had an initial conversation with Kurt and then have been working quite a bit with Wayne. We got the immediate impression that they wanted to be on our team and work with us and help us to move forward. So it's been a wonderful experience.
I think everyone we've worked with has been fabulous. They've been just very supportive and just really easy to work with.
I think they're the friendliest bank around.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
That's the Woodland way.
Classic Radio weather.
Here's your KOZY weatherology forecast. A winter storm warning begins at 6 a.m. this morning and continues until 6 a.m. Monday morning. Overcast skies today with snow likely. Highs around 32. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mixed precipitation likely tonight 30. Cloudy. Mixed precipitation likely tomorrow 36. 4 to 8 inches of snow today through Monday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently, it's 19.
It's time for the Sports Issue on 1320 and 93.1 KOZY.
Out to center, has Murphy going with him, shot, goal! Wade Browse makes it 4-2! And tipped away and taken away by Hansen. McKinney on the far side, inside the drive, the bucket for Hansen!
The Sports Issue is brought to you by Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital, Jimmy John's, Anderson Glass, and Northern Star Cenex A&W of Deer River. The Sports Issue is also brought to you by Dondelinger Ford, Woodland Bank, and Super One Foods.
Corner to Fothergill, the three, no! Rebound, nice hustle by Elias! Lays it home and we're tied! Murphy to Holcomb, centering pass, puck in front, shot, rebound, they score! Grand Rapids 3-1! This one will go to McCrane Murphy.
The Sports Issue starts now on 1320 and 93.1 KOZY. It is our final Saturday of December, final Saturday of 2019, final Saturday of the decade. Welcome to the Sports Issue here on KOZY. I'm Judge Eliade along with, well, the guy you heard on those calls, Sheldon Willis. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I am doing well. Can we just play last week's weather forecast and call it good?
I wish we could.
Nah, it wouldn't help, would it?
I'm wondering how much of this snow is actually going to be snow with our temperatures around 30 over the next, first half of this winter storm warning.
Well, while I hate snow, I want it to be snow.
Yeah, that is safer.
But it's still going to be heavy, wet, nasty snow if you're used to taking your all-wheel drive and pounding through drifts and letting the snow blow all over as you hit it. No, this will be more like hitting wet cement.
Indeed. I wish everybody luck.
Yes. Stay home if you can.
Yes, absolutely. It is a special edition of the Sports Issue. It is our Home for the Holidays episode.
One of my favorite episodes of the year. You started this, 2 years ago?
I think this is probably our third now.
Right.
Yeah, because we had one with the round table. We recorded a little early on like a Wednesday night or something. And then last year was live, I know, and then this year live. So I think we're 3 or 4, somewhere in there.
Yep.
So, we catch up with area high school sports alumni who are still playing sports and or coaching sports at the college level. Today, we'll be joined at 8:30 by Dylan Surface, Alex Boyd, Eric Soderberg, and Heaven Hamling, pending everybody remembers. And then 9:05, we recorded earlier this week with Blake McLaughlin and Gabe Holum, former Grand Rapids hockey players playing at the college level now. And then 9:30, we'll be joined, kind of a track and field theme here. Annie Ferlardo, Siri Geisler, and Jalen Lauer will join us. Again, pending everybody remembers with the busy holiday week, a lot going on.
Well, this is important, Joe. They'll all remember because they all talk to you.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'll tell you, Soderberg better remember. I just talked to him last night, so he has no excuse. And
I don't know if you remember this. Soderberg still is my maybe my nominee for best captain of a team ever, and I don't remember whether it was he was captain of both the football and hockey teams, I believe. And I don't remember which one it was coming in, but he brought donuts for his teammates here on the Sports Issue on a Saturday morning. You remember that?
That's right, I do. Now, do you think he'll bring donuts this morning?
No, because they're not his teammates. He's not their captain.
I suppose. But feel free to do that, Eric.
Yeah, well, and we have a few here from yesterday.
Yeah, you have about 18 minutes to go get some donuts. Also on today's show, we'll talk about an exciting Wild win last night. Back and forth affair with Colorado. No rust from the holiday break for these teams. It was a lot of fun. The Wild pick up a 6-4 win. Also, we'll talk some area boys and girls basketball. And we'll sneak this in real quick. Sheldon, a couple nights ago, the Timberwolves, they snapped their losing streak. Yeah.
105-104 in double overtime.
Correct.
Could no one play offense in this game? I don't know.
As Moody pointed out on the cleanup yesterday, that's a really low-scoring game for double overtime.
That's right.
My goodness. I mean, regulation games these days are in the 110s, 120s, usually pretty easily. But the Wolves' 11-game losing streak is history, and they'll get back at it here this weekend. You were at the IRA Civic Center last night, and now did you and the team need a GPS to find the place? It had been a while.
And I hadn't really thought about it that much. The Edina Classic's always on the schedule and so on. But all of a sudden I was like, man, I haven't been here for a game for a long time. And it was over a month, right?
Yeah.
Or right at a month.
It was day after Thanksgiving, so the 29th of November. So, yeah, just about a month since the last Rapids home game. And the road wasn't super kind to them, 1-4. But that one win was in the final night of the Edina Classic. So Rapids finished the road trip on a high note, and they returned to Grand Rapids last night for another section matchup with Forest Lake. And boy, what a second period, Sheldon. They poured it on.
They were rolling in the second period, still giving, following their motif of spotting the other team a goal. Forest Lake had a very short-lived 1-0 lead in the first, but after that it was all Rapids.
And the Thunderhawks seem to be able to score in bunches this season.
Yeah, it seems like when the Avalanche gets rolling, it just rolls down the hill.
Let's hear about the Avalanche from a Rapids 6-2 win last night.
The Grand Rapids Thunderhawks back in action at home for the first time in a month and taking on the Forest Lake Rangers, who came in with a 6-1-1 record. And on Friday night, Grand Rapids would come out on top by a score of 6-2. First period ended 1-1. Forest Lake actually drawing first blood late in the first period on the power play just after a two-man advantage had expired, and with John Bonner serving a major penalty for head contact. Connor Blanchard with the power play goal. It was 1-0 Forest Lake. 40 seconds later, Joey Del Greco short-handed on a breakaway. Comes back in front. Del Greco takes it away. Del Greco off to the races. Comes in on the right side. Backhand, he scores! Joey Del Greco ties it at 1, short-handed. 21 seconds left. Tied it at 1, and that's where we stood after one period. Shots on goal in the first period, 14-9 for Grand Rapids. But Grand Rapids would come out and dominate the second. John Bonner, a power play goal from Brodzinski and Peart. McCray Murphy from Braden Holcomb at the 7-minute mark, just 39 seconds later. Then Bonner at the 9:53 mark from Wyatt Miskovich, and Hunter Bischoff, his first of two from Wyatt Holcomb and Del Greco to make it 5-1 after two. Grand Rapids out shooting Forest Lake 17-5 in period two. Third period, Grand Rapids getting up early with a Hunter Bischoff goal from Cody Miller and Wyatt Zolke for a 6-1 lead. Zolke keeps it in. Cruising in is Bischoff, looking for Del Greco, instead goes for the backhand and he scores! Chase Osterberg from Connor Brust, a tipped-in goal on the power play to make the final score 6-2. Grand Rapids out shooting Forest Lake 36-21 for the game, and going 1 for 2 on the power play. Forest Lake going 2 for 7 on the power play. Grand Rapids did take 20 minutes of penalties, including 2 majors in the game. Carter Clafton gets the win in net, and the Thunderhawks move to 5-4. They're off until next Saturday when they take on Holy Family Catholic. From the IRA Civic Center, I'm Sheldon Willis.
And that Joey Del Greco breakaway shorthanded goal at the tail end of the first, he lived up to his nickname of Slick.
He did. It was fun to watch, and it's just his skating does remind me of Burnson. He's just those quick strides. Not a real big guy, but picked the pocket clean of a Forest Lake defenseman and stepped around and just was gone.
And after the game, you caught up with John Bonner and Hunter Bischoff.
Post-game interview, Hunter Bischoff, John Bonner. John, I know you had some goals early, but been a little while. It felt good to get 2 tonight.
Yeah, I definitely got back on our game, and we're starting to pick it up, so it's feeling good right now.
Now, Hunter, how good did it feel to be back at home after, I think it's been over a month since you've had a game here?
Feels really good. Also feels really good to keep that winning streak at home going.
It was talk a little bit overall about the Edina Classic. Was that a learning experience for the team?
Yeah, I kind of had a rough start, but the last 2 games we played hard. We just couldn't find the back of the net. Or found the back of the net with Elk River, but we couldn't find the back of the net with Eden Prairie. But
now, this game, you came out, dominated, and the puck going in the net in the second period especially. What was the key in that second period?
I think we just played a lot better overall, got a lot more shots on net, and yeah, everyone started hitting more. Also, that's a big part of the game.
I was going to say it's a more physical game tonight. You like that game, John?
Oh, yeah.
Feels a little more like football?
Oh, yeah. I love the physicality.
And you were driving to the net. Is that something that's been emphasized? Get in front of the net, getting those tough spots?
Yeah, it's finding me the goals, so keep up with it.
So you got another week off. Are you looking forward to when you get 2-3 games a week going? Is it tough going a week between every game?
It's definitely tough to just pick up on where we left off over a long break, but we'll get right to it next week, and yeah.
All right, good luck. Have a happy new year, first and foremost, and we'll see you next year against Holy Family.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's John Bonner and Hunter Bischoff. Post-game interview. That interview brought to you by the letter B. And Sheldon, way to just sneak that in there. We'll see you next year against Total Family. That was nice.
That?
Yes, yeah. So Rapids with the 6-2 win last night. We talked about last weekend our level of concern after Rapids had dropped 4 straight. And we were both a pretty low level of concern. And now, hey, things turn around quickly. A couple nice section wins.
Well, and I guess last Saturday, if Grand Rapids had played the same against Eden Prairie as they had against Edina, and played 2 very subpar games, our level of concern might have been higher a week ago. But they had already turned the corner, playing a very competitive game against a good team, and they've carried that on. Should be a good one. Holy Family Catholic is a step back up in competition.
We'll take our first break on the sports issue. When we come back, we'll hear a wrap-up of a Greenway hockey win last night, a good one over Delano. That's coming up next on KOZY.
Grand Rapids GM offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Pick out your new holiday ride, like a 2017 Equinox LT all-wheel drive for $16,338, or a 2017 Traverse LT all-wheel drive, only $22,980. Grab a 2015 Colorado Extended Cab LT for $24,880, or a 2019 Tahoe Midnight Edition for $36,980. Shop all the deals at GrandRapidsGM.com, including GM-certified pre-owned vehicles on Highway 169 South. Chevy, find new roads.
You don't want to work at just any old place, and you don't want to work just any old time. Maybe you want to work mornings, afternoons, or late nights, weekdays or weekends. For job openings on your schedule, check out the openings at McDonald's.com. They're hiring for multiple shifts and positions. McDonald's can be more than just a job. They have great career opportunities available for the right people. If you're looking for fulfilling work and a fun and challenging atmosphere, don't wait any longer. Apply at McDonald's.com. I'm loving it.
If your windows stick, slip, squeak, or leak, replace them with Andersen windows. With low E-glass, low maintenance exteriors, and rich wood interiors, standard and custom sizes, they can turn simple window replacement into serious home improvement.
Stop and see Derek, your Andersen window specialist at Andersen Glass, Grand Rapids.
We are celebrating the holidays at Super One Foods. Hi, this is Nate, store manager of Super One South. If you're hosting a party and are looking for something unique and delicious to serve, look no further. Is ham on the menu? Pick up a Smithfield ham, only 88 cents a pound. Also on sale this week, Dole Pineapple, $1.88 each. Wow your guests with the Black Angus Boneless New York Strip Roast, $6.96 a pound. Let us help you create a meal your family and friends will remember for years to come. Happy holidays from everyone at Super One Foods.
It's back! Hey, Max here from Dollar Ford. Here's the deal. We sold so many tires last month that we're actually going to do the price match guarantee again. We're bringing it back.
Calm down, Max. We do this every day.
So you're telling me we have the cheapest tires in town all year round?
Yep.
Holy moly! So every day is a tire sale at Dollar Ford?
Yep.
You heard it here first, folks. We're having a tire sale every single day. If you need tires, you've got to come check us out down at Quick Lane at Dollar Ford in Rapids.
Radio weather.
Winter storm warning in effect until 6 a.m. on Monday. Anywhere from 5 to 10 inches of snow, along with some sleet mixed in as well. Temperatures this weekend in the low to mid 30s. And again, be careful out there here this weekend. Monday, some lingering snow early on. And then Tuesday, chance of snow early and a high near 21. Right now, 19 and cloudy. Our time is 8:22. He's Sheldon Willis. I'm Jojo Leotti. So Grand Rapids picks up a win last night. So does Greenway Hockey as they took on Delano at the Snake Pit last night. And this was a rematch of last year's state quarterfinals. And in that matchup, Greenway put up 6 goals. And in this rematch, Greenway puts up 4 goals in a 4-2 win. And with our recap, here's Tom Downing.
On a Friday night at the Snake Pit, the Greenway Raiders entertain the Delano Tigers, an opponent in last year's state quarterfinals, and they go up 3-0, they win the game. Finally, 4-2 is the score. They bring their record to 3-5, the Raiders do, and drop the Tigers down to 6-4. The Raiders started on a great note, 1:28 into the game. Trbojevic on a shot from the blue line, and Jorgensen, his defensive partner, the helper, and that made it 1-0. Bodie Jorgensen left the rink at that point, injured. Hopefully he's going to be just fine. 5 minutes and 51 seconds left in that period number one, and Ben Tremblay, he gets a goal with assists going to Micah Jernander and Trbojevic, and that was a power play goal. Vekic got the next one. This is a penalty shot, and he gets it with 4.5 minutes left. He came up the ice all alone on a beautiful feed and got tripped, so he got the penalty shot. He comes in fairly fast, drives to the backhand, and he taps it in. That looked too easy.
Slowed it down. Good job. Nice play, kid. Attaboy, Mitchie. Nice play.
So 3-0 after one period of play, 9-5 shots on goal in favor of the Raiders. Only one goal in that second period, and it came from the Tigers, and one of their best defensemen, Kiernan, gets a shot and puts it in 1:28 into that period to make it 3-1, and you thought, oh boy, after the Raiders got outshot 11-4 in that second period, and they spent a little bit of time in the penalty box in the second and the third period. 3 penalties in period number 2, only one on Delano, but it's still 3-1 at that point. And then Delano makes it 3-2 with 3:46 left, and getting their goal as their leading scorer, Adam Brown, 9th goal of the season, and makes it a 3-2 game at that point. But with 2 minutes and 47 seconds left, Ben Tremblay steps out from behind the defender, intercepts a pass, comes in all alone, and buries the shot. He has it behind his own net. Kiernan stops, goes, gives it right to Ben Tremblay in front. Ben Tremblay, that's a goal, and that's a 2-goal lead with 2:47 left. So they do win 4-2 at the Snake Pit. Tom Downing reporting on a Raider win.
Thank you, Tom. Raiders with the victory over Delano last night. Other boys hockey scores from last night: Proctor 14-3 over Ely. Youch. Burnsville 8-2 over Duluth Marshall. It was Hermantown 13-1 over Fort Francis. St. Francis 5-2 defeating Northern Lakes. International Falls a 4-3 win over Grafton Park River out of North Dakota. And Cloquet Esco Carleton falls 6-1 to Hill Murray. Orono 8-3 win over Hibbing Chisholm. And anything else on the boys hockey side last night?
No, I think you got the high. There is a whole mess of basketball scores as well. I don't know if we're even going to have a chance to get to all our basketball scores.
You can sneak a couple in.
I can sneak a couple in for you.
Of course.
Well, first, Grand Rapids Greenway Lightning, they lose to Brainerd Little Falls 5-1 yesterday. Basketball action, Greenway losing to Piers 91-84. Nashwauk Keewatin over Mora 66-60. Pequot Lakes over Mountain Iron Buell 88-60. Grand Rapids gets a win over Andover 70-59. John Sutherland 35. That was a big comeback. They were down 8 or 9 at halftime and came back for the 11-point win. And they will, Grand Rapids takes on Orono this afternoon at Hibbing, so that should be a good one. Deer River over Fond du Lac 102-66. Hibbing takes down Forest Lake 63-44. That's a whale of a defensive performance. I saw Forest Lake's offense. Holding them to 44 is a good day. 66-64, Hermantown over Marshall. That's enough for now.
Okay, fair enough. We'll take a quick break here on the Sports Issue. When we come back, our Home for the Holidays portion of the show gets underway. That's coming up next. KOZY.
Boss, there's a photographer out here who wants to do a piece on Jimmy John's for her magazine.
What kind of piece?
Well, she heard about a clothing optional delivery policy and...
Did you tell her the naked driver incident was a momentary misunderstanding?
Yes, sir, but...
Did you tell her it's our meats that are going all natural, not our drivers?
Yes, sir, that's not...
Did you tell her Jimmy John's is committed to serving sandwiches with only the finest all-natural ham, roast beef, salami, bacon, and real fresh turkey breast?
Yes, sir, I did, sir.
So she wants to photograph our sandwiches?
No, sir. Actually, she wants to do a calendar.
A what?
A calendar. You know, the men of Jimmy John's.
Dibs on January.
It's back! Hey, Max here from Dollar Ford. Here's the deal. We sold so many tires last month that we're actually going to do the price match guarantee again. We're bringing it back.
Calm down, Max. We do this every day.
So you're telling me we have the cheapest tires in town all year round?
Yep.
Holy moly! So every day's a tire sale at Dollar Ford?
Yep.
You heard it here first, folks. We're having a tire sale every single day. If you need tires, you've got to come check us out down at Quick Lane at Dollar Ford in Rapids.
Hi, this is Ben Gook, physical therapist and certified athletic trainer at Grand Itasca. Our sports medicine team is committed to providing care to our local student athletes. We provide baseline concussion testing at many local schools and help to develop a safe return to play should an athlete have an injury or concussion. The Grand Itasca Sports Medicine Team is your first call for sports injury care. We'll get you back to the game as soon and as safely as possible.
Grand Itasca, part of Fairview Health Services.
Today our guest is...
My name's Tim Wassett. I grew up in Minneapolis, recently retired from the Air Force after 23 years, and moved up to Grand Rapids.
And you're a customer of the Woodland Bank.
Well, I heard a couple of the commercials from Woodland Bank on the radio, and I heard Chris talking about the VA loans. So I went online and took a look at the Woodland Bank's website. As soon as I sent the email in, I think it was within a day, Chris got back with me, and the process started.
What's Chris Hendrickson like?
His energy is infectious. He's very go, go, go. You know, he sits down, he talks. You know, you got to settle yourself into a seat, and he kind of takes over the situation.
And would you recommend the Woodland Bank?
Oh, I would highly recommend them. Whether it was a VA loan or not. It was just, and if you had all your ducks in a row, they pressed and, like I said, made everything else pretty easy.
Woodland Bank, member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
That's the Woodland Way.
If you're looking for a one-stop shopping destination while traveling through Deer River, or if you're a long-term area member, the Northern Star Cenex Travel Center is here to serve you. They offer 24-hour fueling of high-quality, top-tier Cenex gasoline in 3 grades: unleaded, super unleaded, and non-oxygenated premium. On the diesel island, they offer highly rated Cenex Roadmaster Premium Diesel for on-road users and dyed diesel fuel for off-road jobs, plus propane for your grilling and RV needs. All at Northern Star Cenex in Deer River.
Classic Radio weather.
Here's your KOZY weatherology forecast. A winter storm warning begins at 6 a.m. this morning and continues until 6 a.m. Monday morning. Overcast skies today with snow likely, highs around 32, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mixed precipitation likely tonight, 30, cloudy. Mixed precipitation likely tomorrow, 36. 4 to 8 inches of snow today through Monday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently, it's 19.
Welcome back to the Sports Issue here on KOZY. Joe Gigliotti along with Sheldon Willis. It is our Home for the Holidays episode as we catch up with area high school sports alumni who are playing or coaching at the college level. And we're pleased to welcome in Dylan Surface, Alex Boyd, Eric Soderberg, and Heaven Hamling. Sheldon, take it away.
Joe, it is not that hard a name to say.
I'm sorry.
You know what's a hard name to say is Taryn, because I keep calling her Heaven when I'm calling Grand Rapids basketball games. I got used to your name, Heaven, for so long. I don't know that I've done it too often. It's happened a couple times. Well, thanks for coming in, and I know Alex and Dylan, you said now that you're out of high school, not playing high school sports, there's not a curfew. So 8:30 felt a little early this morning, Alex?
Yeah, it was kind of a late night last night because so used to being out doing whatever. But yeah, it's good to be here.
See, I had a late night too. I went to bed at midnight. Dylan, I'm told that's not a late night.
Night is still young at midnight.
That's what my daughters say. But thanks for getting up a little early anyways. Eric, you didn't bring donuts. You don't even remember the donut incident.
I don't remember the donut thing, but I definitely didn't live up to my own standard there, that's for sure.
There you go. Well, I said these aren't your teammates, so you didn't have to bring them donuts.
Exactly. Right? Former teammates, not anymore.
There you go. When there's a holiday break like this, or when in the summer, do you still like hanging out with a lot of former former teammates, people you played with in high school?
Of course, it's always nice to come home and see everyone that you played with. I mean, the bond that you make in high school and high school sports just doesn't go away. It's almost like you come back and you pick up where you left off, even if it's been a couple of years.
So when say the former football players get together, like you three all played together, right?
Right.
Are there inside joke people maybe at Applebee's looking at you saying, "What are they talking about?"
Oh, all the time. I mean, we have all sorts of inside jokes and different things amongst our friends, and we always try and get together a lot and crack a few jokes, and it's a good time.
Do you remember when? Right. You're already feeling old when you start saying, "Do you remember when?"
Yep. Throwing it back to just maybe certain scenarios or certain situations that happened in the game that you laugh at now, but at the time maybe it wasn't so funny. So it's always a good laugh, though. It's always a good laugh.
So having a basketball team, these guys, football players, that's a lot of people on the roster. Yeah. Basketball team's a little smaller roster, but do you still stay in touch with high school teammates?
Yeah, definitely. We just had our alumni game, the 23rd, so a lot of us connected, and it was just a great time. We all kind of hit it off from the start, and like we never left each other.
Now, with the alumni game, you don't do an alumni football game, do you?
No. I don't know how well that would go.
takes a little more prep, and well, you got enough guys still active that you might be able to pull that off.
So maybe we could pull off like a flag football or something. But through on the pads, it might not end so well.
I don't need a third knee surgery.
No, okay. There, you see, these guys are already old.
Now, there is an alumni hockey game, though, today, right?
Oh, of course.
Are you taking part?
Oh, you bet.
All right. Now, is that going to end okay, or?
Yeah, that'll end fine. I don't think it'll be a full go type of scenario.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, with the alumni basketball game, do the alumni usually win?
Yeah, we won last year, and we won this year, too. So, we got them pretty good.
got it. Well, I guess how old a participation do you get? Is it mostly people that are still actively playing, or do you get people from 10, 15 years ago too?
Last year my mom played, so that was pretty
nice.
Long. But this year the oldest was Taylor Kane. She was there, so that was a few years ago. And then it was Libby, a couple of her classmates, and then I was the only one in my class, and then Gianna Roberts, Ashley Hendrickson, so a couple of them.
So you put together a pretty good team. You don't need as many as what you would for a football team, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And talk a little bit about the alumni hockey game that has turned into a big deal.
Yeah, it's I mean, obviously the hockey community is pretty tight here in Rapids, so it's always good to show up and see everyone. I'm sure everyone's going to be there an hour and a half, 2 hours before the game just to BS in the locker room and whatnot, but it's definitely going to be a fun day.
And with how is that organized? Is it organized a little bit by age, or?
Yep, so there's 2 games today. One's earlier. The one I'm playing in, I think, is at 5. I'd have to double check. But 2009 and older plays in the second game, and then 2008 and younger, or and older. If you graduate in 2008 or before, then they're in the first game. So it's organized a little bit by class.
So the older guys can still have some fun and not have to go up against guys that are still playing college hockey.
Yep, that's the plan.
So let's catch up as well on where you're at college-wise, career-wise. Alex, where you're at Morris, and
I'll have about 3 semesters left there, and I can graduate. And right now we're doing track. We just got done with football season, but we're getting the indoor season. Probably head back a week early before classes start and practice. And
so you did both football and track at Morris?
Yeah, I'm still doing both until something gives out, and knock on wood. But
well, see, you'd be right up for 2 active football players. You're getting close already to having an alumni team. And what events in track?
I just throw. I couldn't imagine seeing myself running or pole vaulting, but yeah, I just throw.
The pole just groaned when you mentioned pole vaulting. No.
No. So for indoor, we have this thing called the weight throw, which is essentially just an indoor hammer, and then we do the shot put, and then outdoor we have discus, hammer, javelin, and shot put. So right now we're just doing the weight throw and the shot put
What's the most challenging of those?
Probably the weight, though, because it's just so technical, just because it's a 35-pound ball you're swinging around and hooking out there. So,
Biggest difference from your junior year compared to your freshman year?
I think it's just the bond and the teammates that we have, because we always recruit more people every year. And my freshman year, there was like 5 of us. Now there's like 15 of us throwers. So it's just a bigger bond, bigger atmosphere, and it's really good.
And Heaven, you transferred from Stephen F. Austin to North Dakota State. Why that move?
Just wanted to be closer to home, and SFA didn't have my major, so I wanted to be in a construction management program, and they put me in interior design. So I heard NDSU had a really good construction management program, so that's kind of where I looked right after transferring. So.
And I mean, you got a good bit of playing time with Stephen F. Austin your freshman year. And I don't remember if you were starting or coming off the bench, but I know you got quite a bit of...
I started one game and then came off the bench for the rest.
So did it feel like the level of basketball was about right? It just wasn't quite the right fit school-wise?
Right, yeah. I mean, basketball was perfectly fine. I liked it there. I liked the coaches, liked the players. The culture maybe wasn't what I expected, but basketball was really good. I learned a lot, and I grew as a person and player. So.
Well, and these guys all stuck kind of close to home. I think people don't realize how much difference there is across this country. It wasn't northern Minnesota, was it?
No. Well, where I was at in Texas, it was 2.5 hours to the closest airport, and then a 3-hour flight, 3.5-hour drive home. So it was a full day of travel to get home. And, I mean, the vacation days weren't very long.
And that's tough, too, isn't it? Right. As a freshman, first time out of the nest, so to speak, all of a sudden you're, like you said, a full day's travel, and not cheap travel either.
No,
it's not just...
it was very expensive trying to get back here.
And I know your mom tried to make it down, and I remember I saw her coming. She was a little bleary-eyed coming into the holiday tournament last year.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a pretty rough time.
And Dylan, you mentioned a couple knee surgeries that kind of cut short the competitive part of your college career, right?
I don't know if they necessarily cut it short, because my first one was when I was a junior in high school, and then my second one was after I was already done competing. But it kind of got to a point where I was just ready to call it good, because I went and did track at Concordia, and Concordia was not at all the right fit for me. So then I was going to transfer to MSU Moorhead, and I thought about continuing to do track, but it was just like I really just kind of want to get into coaching. I mean, that's what I'm really enjoying doing. So that was where the path took me. And I'm still trying to lift weights and train for other little contests and things, but for the most part, just sticking with the coaching for my athletic side.
So what are your coaching responsibilities right now? Where are you at? What are you doing?
Right now I'm at Moorhead High School. I'm doing 9th grade offensive line for the football season. And I mean, with that too, like I still do a lot of offensive stuff. So like I'll call plays when we get into games and stuff once in a while, and so we have a lot of games during our year, and so we just split that responsibility up. And then I'm assistant weightlifting coach, so that's with the Olympic weightlifting team, and also just doing strength coach stuff too. And then I'm the co-throws coach for our track team. So like I mainly do shot put, and that's been really good getting involved with track.
And what do you enjoy about coaching, Dylan?
It's just really fun to just establish that relationship with your athletes, and it's good to see the other side of it too, I think, and I don't know, I've had a blast with it, and it's just really good to work with the kids every day.
So you're coaching at Moorhead High School, right?
Yes.
Are you have your degree and you're through with school completely, or are you still finishing that up as well?
I still have one more semester left, so I'm going to go be a Phi Ed teacher. So I've done all my coursework pretty much. So now I have to student teach for the spring, and then after that I'll be all done with school.
It shouldn't be too hard to find a student teaching spot when you're already working at the school practically full-time, right?
Right, and it worked out pretty well. I was able to get placed with the head football coach at Moorhead, and I'm very familiar with him, so that'll work out nice and do that.
So Eric, you didn't transfer after you went to college and do something else, but you've done a lot of different things on the football team.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think I've played a total of 7 or 8 different positions for St. Scholastica, going from special teams, offense, and defense. It's been definitely a battle through adversity, but I found my spot this senior year at middle linebacker, and I did pretty well. So,
and middle linebacker really wasn't your spot in high school at all. Talk a little bit about that transition and being the defensive player there.
Yep. So in high school, when I was 10th or sophomore and 11th grader, I played outside linebacker, so I wasn't too unfamiliar with a linebacker spot. But senior year, I moved to safety with more emphasis on quarterback throughout the year. Then going into my freshman year at St. Scholastica, recruited as a quarterback, went there, beat out a senior for a second string spot, backed up a senior, got one start when the senior got hurt, rolled into sophomore year, and it was a battle between me and Zach Edwards, he's had a lot of success. He hasn't hung him up either. He just won MVP of the FCS Bowl down south, so he's doing really well. I'm happy for him. So I rode the bench that year for the most part, played a little running back, I played slot receiver, and then going into spring ball that off season, I decided that I wanted to help the team more and just be on the field, so I switched over to safety. Had some success, but I battled through a neck injury. I herniated a disc in my neck, so I was out for the majority of the season, and then obviously a lot of rehab, and then came in senior year, got put at a linebacker spot with a new defensive coordinator, and everything was good. Everything clicked. So
now, as a middle linebacker, were you responsible for play calls and stuff on the defensive side, or not?
No. So our coaches, they would signal in plays, and we'd have to just rally the play down so everyone could hear it. Everyone knew the responsibility. I could call checks. I could do that type of thing. Certain formations, I'd change up the play, but not too much there. Middle linebacker is kind of just an instinctual position. So.
And punting as well?
Yep, I was a punter this year. Haven't punted since senior year of high school, which I wasn't even that great of a punter then. But I don't know where the leg came from. That was kind of a surprise. So
and how did that come about? Were you just kicking the ball around and saying, "Hey, maybe I could do this"?
Yeah, so we had an all conference punter last year, and he graduated. And all of a sudden this year we didn't bring in a punter recruit, so it was like, open tryout during camp. Let's see who can kick the ball. And my first punt was the best punt I've ever had in my life, and from there I just kept rolling. So,
and school-wise, I know you had started in the pre-med program, right, at St. Scholastica?
Yeah, that was. I knew I wanted to go in the medical field, so I started out with biology as my first major, and then eventually found myself going into exercise physiology, intended chiropractic. So that's what I already graduated with in December. I graduated a semester early, and I'll be off to South Carolina in April for chiropractor school.
It's our home for the holiday sports issue here on KOZY, visiting with Eric Soderberg, Dylan Surface, Heaven Hamling, and Alex Boyd. Alex, I know you said about a 3-week break. Fun things you've done over break or plans you have?
Probably just hanging out with people and catching up. Like we said earlier, it's just the bond does not go away with people around home. So I think that's just my plan. I'm probably going to work a little bit, but for the most part, it's break.
Favorite Christmas gift you've ever gotten? Any or most memorable? Anything come to mind?
Not this year, but it's like 6 years ago. I got a dog for Christmas, so that was really cool. But yeah, but as you get older, you just kind of want money for rent and stuff when you're older.
Socks and stuff.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah. Heaven, I think last year on this show I asked you, we had Jake Skelly here, and I said, who wins a 3-point contest? So this year I'll change it up. Who wins a 3-point contest, you or Taryn Hamling?
Oh, definitely me.
Definitely
we
you.
already figured that out at the alumni game.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, that's already been settled.
And it's not theoretical, right? You actually had one?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody saw it too, so she can.
She can.
Yeah.
Do you think she'll push you in a couple years?
No.
No.
I think I'll still get it.
Yeah, okay. Because and I know you've seen some of the girls' basketball games this year. It's certainly a different team, a really young team.
Yeah.
What do you think as you watch your younger sister and a real young team play out there?
They definitely got a lot of things to learn and improve on. But, I mean, they're taking steps, and they got some young kids that can definitely impact the team the next few years. So as they grow and get older, I mean, they'll be a pretty good team.
So we'll go with you. A memorable Christmas present.
Memorable Christmas present from...
Well, whenever. It can be this year or any year.
I don't know. I was pretty happy to receive a grill and a new frying pan this year because I like cooking good food. So now I have better tools to get that done because my grill this year hasn't been very good to me. So now I have a new grill.
Nice. Eric?
My favorite, or my most memorable present, not necessarily my favorite, for some reason growing up, my mom always put a grapefruit in our stockings, kind of to weigh down the stocking, so whenever you picked it up, you're like, well, what's in here? You know,
it's
and at
heavy,
the very
yeah.
bottom there's a grapefruit. So that's kind of funny. I remember that every year. But some other presents that I really liked, I got a Vexlar last year for ice fishing, and then just when I was growing up, it was the newest top of the line hockey stick for Christmas every year. So.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that is a big deal, rolling out with a new stick after Christmas to finish out the season. Hopefully you don't break it.
Well, and I know the old wood sticks never had a warranty. The new ones, you get a little bit of warranty, right?
Yeah, you get like a 30-day warranty. There's some people, you can work the system a little bit. You can buy an extra stick and use a different sticker and whatnot. But
Well, and I know when you signed your letter of intent and headed to St. Scholastica, we talked a little bit, and schooling, grades, and so on, and work. The schoolwork was very important to both you and your family. Was it hard to balance sports and academics at the college level?
Yeah, it's definitely the first 2 years that you're in college. You learn how to manage your time. That's one of the biggest things. That was one of my biggest challenges. I ended up finding out that you can't really do more than 3 things. You can do school, sports, have a social life, school, sports, something else. But if you try to manage more than 3 things, you kind of overload your schedule and it's unmanageable.
So is that good advice, Alex, for anyone going? Have you ever gotten into a place where you're a little overcommitted and say, how am I going to get all this done?
No, not really, because like Eric said, it's all about managing your time. And I mean in high school I had football and track in high school, so I almost just look at college as like high school round 2 because I'm doing football and track at the college level. So I mean it's just all about managing your time, because you schedule your classes and practices are around your class time, and then just in between that you just do homework and study.
Well, and I know sometimes the wake-up call in college is that no one's after you.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
if a deadline comes up and you haven't prepared for it, I'm so sorry. No one was telling you that. Watch out! You have to have this much done now.
and some professors are really strict. I mean, they don't care if you're an athlete. They don't care. So, I mean, you just gotta get it all done on your own time. And I mean, you don't have mom or dad pushing you. I mean, you have academic advisors, but they're not with you 24/7.
So there's a new level of responsibility, right? Right off the get-go. And these guys are a little bit older than you have, and they've had a couple years of doing it. Did you struggle adjusting to that at all in college?
My freshman year when I was at SFA, probably the spring when we were traveling a lot, I struggled a little bit at the beginning because we missed 1.5 weeks of school. We weren't in class like during syllabus week and stuff, so that was a struggle. But I mean, you learn to talk to your professors and like figure out ways to get stuff done.
By the way, side note, how impressive was that Stephen F. Austin men's win over Duke this season?
That was really good. They only have 4 returning kids from last year too, so there are a lot of transfers on the team, so that's really awesome.
And your most memorable Christmas present?
Well, this year I got Motley Crue tickets for the summer at the U.S. Bank Stadium, so that was pretty cool, and then just shoes and stuff.
So, Dylan, talk a little bit about going through college. You're just about done with it now. Anything you would trade or change, or if you had any advice for someone who's headed to college next year?
Make sure the school that you pick make sure you pick the school before you pick the athletic program. because I liked the athletic program at Concordia, but I did not like the school at all. I think if I would have went to MSUM from the beginning, I would have still fallen in love with the athletic program. I still would have enjoyed it there, and I would have also felt a better fit with the school. I don't know if I would have continued to compete necessarily. I think that fire was kind of out of me, but that's the biggest thing, is just make sure you choose a school where you really feel good about the academics, you feel good about the culture there and the people there. Don't just kind of say, I could deal with it, it's fine. Like, make sure, like, you know it's right.
You're nodding. That's a little bit your experience too, right, Evan?
Yeah, so I went to SFA on a interior design program, and I thought that was going to be more of like a construction management because of what they told me on my visit, and clearly it wasn't. So, I mean, you got to really know what you're doing, first of all, with the academics, and make sure that's the right fit for you.
Because no one sitting around this table is probably going to make their living in professional athletics once your college career is done, right? So what the education you get is the biggest thing.
Yeah, exactly. And when you're getting recruited, when you're coming out of high school, that's almost the last thing on your mind. You kind of put that on the back burner when you're getting recruited. But it's really important to find the fit first, like Dylan said, before you look at any of the offers or anything like that. So if I had any advice for athletes that are being recruited right now or maybe being recruited in the future, it's visit as many schools as you can. Try to find the culture that you fit into, and everything will fall in place after that. So,
because unlike Dylan and Heaven, you stayed at the same school right through your undergrad degree, so you must have found the right fit right off the bat.
I knew that St. Scholastica was the fit for me as soon as I went there. The people there are awesome. It's a smaller campus with smaller class sizes, so that was really attractive to me. And everything fell in place with football. And if you do the right thing and you do what you need to do, everything work out. So.
Well, was Morris the right fit for you, Alex, right off the bat?
Yeah, it was a small campus, and like there's a bunch of the people that were there. Like, and I know a kid who graduated ahead of me, Eddie Cease, goes there and he does track and cross country, and I'm actually rooming with him right now, living with him. But like when I went and visited there, I just really love the place. I really love being down there, being on a small campus, because when you're in a class size of like 8 or 15, the professors, they can get one-on-one with you and give you a lot of help.
And Morris is a little bit, that's fairly small town as well, right? Yeah, small town feel?
Yeah, it's probably about 5,000 people. So
you feel right at home then.
Yeah.
You didn't change cultures near as much as Evan did.
No, I didn't.
Because it still has that country feel, a little more farming area.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right, than around here. Well, it's good catching up with all of you, and good luck as you head back to school. Finish up your student teaching, Dylan, and hopefully we can do this again and keep up. It's always good to keep up.
Yes, it is. Thanks for having us, Sheldon.
Thank you.
All right, that is Alex Boyd, Heaven Hamling, Dylan Surface, and Eric Soderberg here on our Home for the Holidays sports issue. Coming up at 9:05, we'll be joined by Blake McLaughlin and Gabe Hullum. As we'll catch up with them a little later on, we'll have a few track and field athletes in studio. And that'll be Annie Ferlardo, also Jalen Lauer, and Siri Geisler. The Home for the Holidays sports issue continues on KOZY.
Oh my gosh, congratulations! Your ring is gorgeous.
Thanks, the holidays and an engagement. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
I'd say. Have you booked your consultation with North and Bloom yet to talk about your flowers?
Yeah, it was super easy. I went to their website to get one booked and got a response right away.
Whether it's a large party or intimate gathering, we would love to be a part of your special day. Book us for your wedding today. North and Bloom, downtown Grand Rapids.
Looking for a way to give a nice gesture or a simple way to say thanks? McDonald's Arch Cards make a great gift and are even better to use yourself. Arch Cards come in any whole dollar determination from $5 to $50. These reloadable gift cards can be purchased at participating McDonald's restaurants nationwide. They're reloadable in-store, or you can reload online at any time or choose an automatic reload using your credit card. McDonald's Arch Cards never expire. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
It's time for the Car Care Tip of the Day, sponsored by Hibbing Chrysler Center.
It's the Big Finish event and Employee Plus pricing for everyone at Hibbing Chrysler Center, the Northland certified pre-owned headquarters. Get a 2016 Jeep Wrangler 4x4 for just $345 per month, or a sign and drive for just $372 per month. A 2017 Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4 as low as $239 per month, or a sign and drive for $269 per month. For a limited time, get your choice of an Apple iPad or Apple Watch with any new vehicle purchase. You'll find the Northland's best buys, exclusive offers, and largest selection of certified cars, trucks, and SUVs at Hibbing Chrysler Center. New Jeep Renegade Latitude 4x4 sign and drive lease for only $259 per month. New Ram 1500 Warlock Crew Cab 4x4 Hemi lease for $299 per month. New Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk 4x4 lease for $299 per month. It's the Big Finish event with employee pricing plus for everyone. For details, stop in or go to hibbingchrysler.us. Hibbing Chrysler Center, right on the Beltline and right on the price.
With today's car care tip, I'm Tim Edwards. Let's take a look at a couple of automotive myths today, shall we? Here's one. Inflate a tire to the pressure molded on the tire sidewall. Not true. That number is actually the maximum pounds per square inch of air you can put in the tire. It's not what's recommended by the manufacturer of your car. You'll usually find that information on a decal inside the driver's door jamb, or certainly in your owner's manual. Here's another one. Disconnect the battery if you're not going to drive the car for a while. Now, you probably don't want to do that, especially if you have a modern automobile made in the last, say, 40 years. Disconnecting power for any length of time will erase data in the computer memory in your car. Instead, get a little battery tender to keep that battery charged while the car is in storage. That's today's car care tip. I'm Tim Edwards. The Car Care Tip of the Day, sponsored by the Hibbing Chrysler Center. Listen for the Car Care Tip of the Day, 8:50 a.m. on 1320 KOZY.
'Tis the season to be streaming. La 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 la. Dad's content and mom is beaming. La 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 la. Connect we now all our devices. La 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 la. To super speeds at great low prices.
'Tis the season to bring some holiday cheer to all your streaming devices. Call or click Paul Bunyan Communications to get Gigazone Internet for the holidays.
We are celebrating the holidays at Super One Foods. Hi, this is Nate, store manager of Super One South. If you're hosting a party and are looking for something unique and delicious to serve, look no further. Is ham on the menu? Pick up a Smithfield ham, only 88 cents a pound. Also on sale this week, Dole Pineapple, $1.88 each. Wow your guests with the Black Angus Boneless New York Strip Roast, $6.96 a pound. Let us help you create a meal your family and friends will remember for years to come. Happy holidays from everyone at Super One Foods.
Classic Hit Radio, 1320 KOZY Grand Rapids, and FM 93.1.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In newly released interviews by the New York Times for a documentary, select Navy SEAL members who served with platoon leader Eddie Gallagher describe him as, quote, toxic and evil. The recordings were part of the investigation into war crimes against Gallagher. He was acquitted in the stabbing death of a teen ISIS captive, but convicted of posing with the corpse. The president pardoned him a few months ago. More from ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
President Trump intervened in the case in November, ordering the Navy to restore Gallagher's rank and later ordering the Navy to allow Gallagher to keep his trident pin, which identifies him as a member of the SEAL community. Gallagher has gleefully praised the president for coming to his defense, even meeting with Trump last weekend at his Mar-a-Lago resort, handing the president a gift from his time in Mosul.
ABC's Stephanie Ramos. Rescue crews in Hawaii will resume a search this morning for one person still missing from the helicopter crash on the island of Kauai. Teams recovered 6 bodies Friday. The helicopter disappeared Thursday. ABC's Will Carr is in Kauai.
The helicopter set out to see Hawaii's remote, majestic views and was supposed to return at sunset, but never arrived. The crash set off an intense search involving multiple agencies, including the Coast Guard. They were battling rain and fog and poor visibility.
Authorities say 2 family groups were on board. Their identities have not been released. Each year, police in New York City use state-of-the-art technology and officers and canines to keep the New Year's celebration secure. ABC's Diane Macedo is in Times Square.
There will be thousands of cops in Times Square, the bomb squad, radiation detective teams. There will be trucks blocking every intersection, emergency units. They'll also be patrolling the waters of both the Hudson and the East River, and they'll patrol by air, not only by helicopter, but for the first time this year, they'll also be patrolling by drone.
Police say there are no credible threats. You're listening to ABC News.
Honey, I just switched the family to Boost Mobile and we got so much more.
Awesome. Like what?
We got 4 free phones for the whole family. 4 lines for just $25 per line per month with unlimited gigs. I smashed up the car a bit. And they have a super reliable, super fast nationwide network.
Whoa, 4 free. Wait, back up. Did you just say you...
4 free phones? Yep.
No. Something about the car?
Oh, you mean Boost super reliable, super fast network.
Before that, the car smashing thing.
What? The smashing deal we got. 4 lines for just $25 per line per month?
No, between the 4 lines for $25 per line per month and the unlimited gigs part, you said I smashed up the car a bit.
I did. It's completely smashed. We need a new vehicle. But 4 free phones.
Boost Mobile, the switch that gives you more. Limited time offer while supplies last. Offer applies to Samsung Galaxy A20. Requires 1 port from eligible carrier and activation. 1 free device per line. Includes mobile optimized data. Additional terms and restrictions apply. Offers and coverage not available everywhere. See boostmobile.com or retailer for full details.
Over the holiday season, a rise in viral videos from Ring home security users showing families being taunted by hackers inside their homes, even terrorizing children in their rooms. Now, a new class action lawsuit alleges that Ring didn't do enough to prevent these cyber attacks. More from ABC's Marcy Gonzalez.
The lawsuit says the big concern here is not just the hackers scaring people, including children in their living rooms and bedrooms, but also the cyber stalkers allegedly using these security systems to secretly spy on people. The suit alleging Ring knew its systems were vulnerable to hackers, but failed to do anything.
Setting some new goals in the new year. Each year, people start out strong with their resolutions, but analysts say within a matter of weeks, close to a majority of people will break them. Health experts say there are ways to set achievable goals and keep them. ABC's Dr. Jennifer Ashton says they're called micro-resolutions.
They might not be specific enough, they might not be personal enough, and they might not be realistic enough. You know, if you're a couch potato and you say, I want to run a marathon in 2020, that might be possible, but it also might set yourself up for failure.
Experts say break down those goals into more digestible terms, and if you do mess up, don't give up. The big rush to return home after the holidays is on. Millions are heading out on the roads and at airports, so Winter Storm also on the move. This is ABC News.
Hey, this is Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. Quicken Loans is celebrating our best quarter ever, and now we're celebrating some of the lowest refinancing rates ever. Rates have dropped so much that many Americans can reduce their rate. You may be able to save money on your monthly mortgage payment right now. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.99%, APR 4.18%. Call us at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Rates subject to change. Pay 1.375% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Classic Radio weather.
Here's your KOZY weatherology forecast. A winter storm warning continues until 6 a.m. Monday morning. Cloudy skies this afternoon with snow likely. Highs around 31. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. A mixture of precipitation likely tonight, 31. Cloudy tomorrow, mixed precipitation likely, 35. 6 to 12 inches of snow today through Monday night. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently, it's 19.
(1320) KOZY and 93.1 FM. Welcome back to the Sports Issue. It is our Home for the Holidays episode. Joe Gigliotti along with Sheldon Willis, and we're happy to welcome in a couple former Thunderhawk boys hockey players. We have Gabe Holum and Blake McLaughlin. Guys, thanks for coming in. How are we doing today?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having us.
Okay, glad to have you. And let's see, for Gabe, playing with Concordia in Minnesota, second year there, goaltending. How's year 2 been for you so far?
It's been fun. I really like the college experience a lot. the team's great and everything. Our team's doing pretty good this year. Split with St. Thomas, swept St. John's, so it's been a pretty good year so far. Looking forward to see how we do in the long run here.
Biggest difference between year 1 and year 2?
Gosh, I don't know. I guess just getting comfortable with the guys. I mean, becoming more of a family, getting involved, a lot more, and just kind of knowing what you're doing. That's the big thing.
Gotten in a couple games so far, splitting time with goaltenders. I know you did a little bit of that in high school. Did doing that in high school help prepare you to do that in college?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, it's like pretty similar. Like, I did that with Stay School a lot in high school. So, I mean, same thing. I respect the other goalies because I've been through it before, and respect their playing time, and enjoy my playing time a lot more because of it, and it's valuable.
And originally you had thought about going to North Dakota. They wanted you to play juniors for a year. You wanted to get right into college. Am I remembering your history right?
Yeah, that's right.
And so are you happy with the decision to go right to college and then play where you're at?
Yeah, for sure. I like just going to school. I'm glad I'm already in my second year of school for sure. And I've kind of had some issues with injuries in college and stuff too, so it's nice that it's not as big of a deal now than it would have been if I would have gone that route where hockey would have been the number one thing. And so now it's nice, even with battling some injuries here. It's nice that I'm still just going to school and have stuff to do.
So Blake, I have to ask you, has college made you more of a morning person?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Now that I have class in the mornings, I can't really miss that. So I have to wake up.
So you got to get up. Do you have to look alive at class or just be there?
I try to look alive, just if there's a cute girl there. So.
Well, that's an important part, right?
Yeah.
Is that important for you too, Gabe? To look alive because there might be a cute girl right around the corner.
No, my girlfriend wouldn't like that.
Okay. So you're not troll. Okay. This could be a whole new aspect of what we ask alumni here as the day goes along. So Blake, you're also in your second year at the U, and a young team last year. It's still a young team this year. Talk a little bit about how Gopher hockey has gone for you this year.
I mean, we've struggled. I mean, that's no doubt, but I mean, we got 19 underclassmen, so I mean, I'm not too worried about our future. I think we're more just trying to see what we can do this year and see what we can come out with from the year.
And I know this year you're on the power play. I've seen you there, and getting, who have your line mates been? Has that been pretty stable so far this year?
Yeah, I've been playing with...
move right up to the mic.
Sorry about that.
No problems.
Let's see, I've been playing with Brodzinski and Walker. I don't think me and Walker will ever kind of stray apart. We just complement each other's games pretty well, so I'll probably stay with him, and then we kind of just rotate through a right winger, or maybe a left winger, depending on what coach wants. So.
And what does Sammy Walker bring? I remember watching him at Edina, and the first thing that popped out at me in high school was speed.
Oh yeah, no, he's a speed demon for sure. I mean, his hands match his feet, which is incredible. I mean, I've never seen a player like that or played with a player where he can handle the puck and go just about as fast as he's skating, so it's pretty impressive.
And results aside, how much fun was it to play against Gavin in North Dakota on Thanksgiving weekend?
I mean, yeah, the results sucked, but I'm not going to shy away from that one. But no, I mean, just playing in that rivalry game, I didn't get... we kind of played last year, but it was Las Vegas, but to play in the Mariucci and then play in the Ralph next year, I mean, it's unbelievable. I don't think I've had a rivalry like that, so it's been incredible.
And how odd was it playing on Thanksgiving night?
Oh, it's crazy. It was like one of the first times I didn't even get a turkey on Thanksgiving, so yeah, it was a little crazy.
It was odd, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then this weekend, the Mariucci Classic, playing Bemidji on the opening night. You get to play against Alex Adams and then possibly against Micah Miller for St. Cloud on Saturday, depending how the tournament goes.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy playing against your former teammates?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Me, Micah, and Al are actually kind of fishing the other day, and we were joking about how just playing each other is so weird because you grow up playing together, and then the first thing I told Al, I goes, if we're playing together, you can't hit me because you weigh 60 pounds more than me. You'll squish my bones.
Right.
So, I mean, it's always fun, though, playing your friends.
Gabe, have you played against any former teammates at Concordia?
No, I haven't. There aren't any. Actually, there's not anyone that I've even played against that I've played against again in college. Yeah, it's pretty rare to be a true freshman actually in the MIAC. So I know I'm still the youngest guy on my team, second year. So might be next year too if we don't get any true freshmen.
How about guys you played against in high school? Any of those guys in your league?
There's only been one so far. He didn't play though, but there's one Duluth East guy, Ian Majou. He's on St. Thomas, but yeah, I don't think he got to play in the game though. But that's it.
So, and you mentioned you were out fishing and telling Alex to take it easy on you this weekend. But how much do you stay in touch with guys like off of the 2016, 2017 high school teams?
Oh gosh. I mean, especially like Jack Burnson. I mean, I'll probably never stray away from him. I know we kind of FaceTime probably once a day just to check up on each other. I mean, I talk to most of the guys. I probably talk to 10, stay in contact with most of them. So, I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, I stay in contact with a few of them, especially Evan Mischke, because he goes to Bemidji, so we'll get together sometime here, and we talk pretty often. So.
And what kind of perspective do you have on that state championship team by now that we're a couple years down the road from that? What memories really stick out to you after it's kind of settled for a couple years?
I mean, the memories, for in-game memories, I'd say, the one I just still cannot believe is how Keegan got the pass over.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I just still don't know how that happened. But then just a perspective. So, my stepdad, Grant, actually just bought a house, and whatever, I came over and introduced myself to him because we were putting out the Spear House on Pekegama, and came up to me and just goes, "Oh, you're Grant's son," and we kind of hit it off. And then he's like, "You're part of the state championship team," and he just told me how much it meant to the town, and I didn't really ever think about it that way. I thought about it more how much it just meant for the guys that we grew up playing with, rather than what it actually meant to the community. So I mean, it was really cool for me to see that perspective.
Well, it was a big crowd that welcomed you home.
Yeah,
after that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was probably my big memory, was coming home from that at the IRA when there was probably a couple thousand people waiting there for us. That was the coolest thing to see. And then it's pretty fun over in Moorhead, being there now and talking to people there, what they experienced going through that same year, and they'll give me crap and whatever, but it's fun. It's fun having that now.
It's our Home for the Holiday sports issue, visiting with Gabe Holum and Blake McLaughlin. Gabe, you've done some work for the Herald Review, doing some writing. How's that experience been for you?
That's been great. It's fun. It's fun going to the sporting events or just community stories, going around interviewing people and whatnot, and it's set me up pretty good. Little resume booster, for writing. So it's helped me out in college and on resumes and stuff like that. So it's great.
Do you plan to do that this summer?
Possibly, if I come back. I'm not sure. Right now I'm applying to about 15 different colleges to do physics research. So we'll see what happens with that.
Do you still have dreams to work at NASA?
Oh yeah, that's definitely the goal. Yeah, all the research I'm applying for is astrophysics and astronomy. So looking towards the stars still.
Literally.
Literally.
What got you interested in astrology?
Astronomy.
Astronomy. I'm sorry.
Don't get it mixed up. Gosh, I don't know. I guess in high school, for some reason, I guess I just started watching guys like Carl Sagan and Neil deGrasse Tyson, and just got into it. And then when I got to Concordia, found out they had a physics major with a astrophysics concentration, and I was like, well, why not? Why not? So I tried it, and I love everything about it.
And you always did like math, right?
Yeah, math's always been my thing. So I knew for sure that I was going to do math ever since I was a little kid. So doing that too.
People like that are weird, aren't they, Blake?
He's a math whiz.
Yeah, I know he is. You and me, not so much.
No, I'm definitely not.
And talk about how schooling's going at the U. I know when we talked a little over a year ago, they wanted you to kind of settle into the hockey routine and so on. How are classes going now? And do you have a major settled, or are you just taking generals yet?
I'm just going to get a business management degree, but, I mean, for the first year, they just wanted you to settle in and find your groove within, like, hockey. But then now that, because we'll take classes during the year, and then we'll take summer classes, and then we'll get, like, most college students get, like, the January off where we have to take, like, a J term. So, like, I think last year I got 4 days off of school. So, I mean, just because with travel and stuff, we can't take as many credits during the year. So, I mean, now I'm just kind of working towards a business degree,
So with the summer school and the extra semester, does it still keep you on a path to graduate in 4 years? Is that the plan generally?
The plan is usually to graduate by the end of your junior year. So that's why we take so many classes, just in case if you want to turn pro or whatever you want to do. And then if not, you can go and just take extra classes or whatever you want to do.
So the goal is by the time you're done playing, even if you only play 3 years, to have a degree by then.
Yeah.
And so has there been an adjustment this year as you've started taking more of your core classes and ramping up the schooling a bit?
My classes this semester weren't terrible. I managed them pretty well, but I know this upcoming semester I'm thinking about taking a few harder classes.
So it's time to get serious.
Now it's the time to buckle in.
Well, it sounds like Gabe has been taking the tough classes all along, so you can maybe give him a call and he'll help you out.
Yeah.
I might need him to tutor me or something.
If there's any math classes.
Yeah, math, I got you, man.
Yeah. You probably don't have any astrophysics in your near future, though.
Probably no. Couldn't think of it, no.
And Gabe, I know one of your teammates at Concordia, Grant Trombley, former Raider. How's Grant doing, and how's he liking things at Concordia?
He's doing great. You know, I think he likes it there. He fits in really well, and he fits in really well out on the ice too. He's just a nifty player, like in the O zone. So he does good for himself already in his first year there. So I mean, I'm sure our coach is real excited to see what he's going to do in the next few. So.
Any fun Christmas break plans? Or things you've already done?
I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll just catch a hockey game here and just hanging out, doing fun family Christmas stuff. So,
Blake, I know kind of a shorter break for you. You've done some fishing. Any other fun plans?
No, I think I'm gonna watch the football game at my brother Jake's tonight if he gets home in time, and then head back to the cities tomorrow.
So have either of you been able to catch any Grand Rapids hockey games this year? Probably not. Or you have?
Yeah, I caught one back when I was back for the fall break.
Okay.
What was it? It was overtime in
the Minnetonka game.
Minnetonka.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good game. It was fun to watch. So I'm excited to go again.
Yeah, I got all 3 games for the Classic, so that was pretty cool.
Oh, okay. And I didn't even see you down there.
No, I just watched it on YouTube.
Just on YouTube. Okay.
Del Greco, because he's got a little brother on that team. So,
right. Yeah, and Joey's a lot different player than his brother ever was, right? I mean, as far as
he's a little more nifty.
He's small and he's nifty, where Anthony was a little more of a bruiser.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Sheldon calls him Slick.
Yeah, that's what Anthony was telling me. Call him Slick Del Greco, right?
Is that a fitting nickname, you think?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Awesome. It's Dale Anderson approved. That's all I have to say. If Dale Anderson approves the nickname, you're good to go.
Yeah.
I asked Gabe this earlier. Biggest difference for you, year 1 versus year 2 at the U?
For me, it was more just getting, last year I was more of in a, kind of like a second, third line role, versus this year I'm kind of more in a first line role. So, I mean, just getting the ice time and getting your confidence back going is pretty hard for me to adjust last year, just not being able to find the net till after Christmas, and then after Christmas I was able to kind of take off. But this year I kind of found a groove within the first couple of games, and then I kind of just been going steady from there.
You've had increased ice time this season. Was last year kind of tough, being like, I want to play more? Is this year more your thing?
I mean, yeah, it was tough to not get the ice time, but then you got to look at the guys above you. You got an All-American. You got a guy that's playing in the NHL now with Rem. So, I mean, you can't really complain.
Just got to wait for your time.
Yeah, you got to wait for your time.
And talk a little bit about Myac hockey, just the level of hockey. Because are there any? There's no scholarships, or are there scholarships?
There's no scholarships in there, so except there might be some out at the public schools out east, I think, but not Myac D3 hockey. No scholarships, but yeah, I mean the level of play is pretty good. It's a lot better than I expected, actually, because you got a bunch of guys that are D1 transfers, or guys that maybe had a surgery right at the end of their junior career and were gonna go D1, but now they're D3, and guys that just choose to go D3 just because. It's the level of play is pretty good. Like our top line is unbelievable. Like, they're really good. So I mean it's fun and competitive. So yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah, and you talked about trying to break into that ice time last year. Yeah. Did the level of hockey surprise you at all as you got to Big Ten hockey, or not really? That's what you knew you were going to be in for.
I think I kind of knew what I was going to be in for, just with talking to Jake and then Grant, and I've had a few family members that have played at a high level, so I kind of they really taught me what to expect in college, and I was able to adapt pretty well. I mean, it might have taken me 2 or 3 games, but I think it takes almost everyone. Just get that one game under your belt, and then you kind of just let loose and play.
So what were the biggest improvements that you needed to make in your game to start cracking the ice?
From my freshman year to this year, I would say just like my weight. I played my first college year at 159, which is pretty light. I was the second lightest guy on the team in front of Walker. So we were pretty light, but this year I'm pushing about 185, so I've been able to put on quite a bit of weight, so it's been good.
You mentioned Burnson. Burnson always tried to tell me he was 160.
There's no way. He's 140 at max.
I made fun of him until someone got on the air, until someone got mad at me about that.
And Gabe, how about for you, goaltending wise? What have you been focusing on this sophomore season?
Well, I've really been focusing on not getting myself hurt, actually, because last year I struggled. I strained my groin a couple times, at least we thought. Got an MRI. I have a torn labrum and hip dysplasia, so that was kind of my struggle this year. I tried to play through it for a little while, and so yeah, my main focus was just to try to do what I can do and not get hurt. But now I need to get surgery now, so yeah, that's pretty much it.
What kind of surgery?
We're looking at going down in the Mayo. There's only one guy around that can do it, and they gotta grind my hip bone and push it up further, apparently. So it's pretty ugly. Yeah.
What's the rehab outlook?
Yeah, it's not too good. It's probably like 6 to 9 months. So
ouch.
Yeah, it'll be the rest of this season. I mean, we'll see what the doc down there says. Hopefully, I'll get in next season for sure.
See, originally we were hoping to have Zach here as well, but you and Zach were always such different goaltenders to watch, and you were always so athletic and flopping around, looking spectacular. Does your style contribute to being a little more injury prone because you're maxing out what your body can stretch to?
Yeah, for sure. I think I pushed myself a little bit in high school. That's what the surgeon in Fargo said. I was probably kicking that leg out so much that it kept grinding the bone back and back and back. So yeah, that didn't help at all. But I don't regret it.
So do you have any save that you specifically remember from Gabe in high school where you were coming back or on the bench and just went?
I'm pretty sure this was, I might be wrong, sophomore year, middle step backdoor at the Classic. You remember that?
Junior year.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty sick. Got a nice picture of that.
Yeah. It was like...
And being he's playing for Buffalo now, right? You got that framed because you stopped a future NHLer.
Yeah, it's fun. I got the one picture where where I'm stopping him back door, and you can see his nameplate right in front. So that's pretty cool.
We'll wrap up our segment here. Is there a most memorable Christmas gift that springs to mind for either of you guys?
Man.
You go.
I got some astronomy stuff. Well, I got a nice 10-inch telescope last year, and this year I got some eyepieces to put on it. So that's pretty cool for me.
Blake?
Mine was a treasure hunt when I was I think it was 7 years old. It's the first time I got it, a composite stick. They hid it under the couch. It took me 3.5 hours to find. But when I found it, it was pretty fun.
That's sweet. I like that.
So
I think for me, it would be a Nintendo 64 way back in the day. That was the thing. Sheldon?
I remember my first pair of skates when I was in 3rd grade.
Wow,
sweet! That was so cool. I had my own. It was the first pair of. We weren't very. Weren't a hockey family, and I had hand-me-down skates up until then, and that was my first pair of new skates, and it was sweet.
I bet that's awesome.
We've been visiting with Gabe Holum, sophomore goaltender for Concordia in Minnesota, and with forward Blake McLaughlin, his second year at the University of Minnesota. Guys, thanks for coming in. Merry Christmas, and good luck the rest of your seasons.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And we'll be back on our Home for the Holidays sports issue on KOZY.
Freak yeah, Jimmy John's.
Freak yeah, what if I just needed 1 sandwich delivered?
Freak yeah, we can do that.
What about 100 sandwiches?
Freak yeah, we can do that.
What about 24 sandwiches?
Freak yeah, we can do that.
67 sandwiches?
Freak yeah, we can do that.
67's a prime number.
Freak yeah, a whole number greater than one whose only factors are 1 in itself, I know.
Great. I'll take 1 turkey tom, please.
Freak yeah, 1 turkey tom, on the way. Freaky fresh, freaky fast, Jimmy John's, freak yeah.
If your patio doors stick, squeak, or leak, replace them with Anderson patio doors. Their low E-glass, low-maintenance exteriors, rich wood interiors, and wide range of sizes can turn patio door replacement into serious home improvement.
Stop and see Derek, your Anderson window specialist at Anderson Glass, Grand Rapids.
We are celebrating the holidays at Super One Foods. Hi, this is Nate, store manager of Super One South. If you are hosting a party and are looking for something unique and delicious to serve, look no further. Pick up a Hormel Spiral Bone-In Sliced Ham, only $1.88 a pound. Grab a bag of the Halo Clementines for a delicious holiday snack. A 3-pound bag, $3.88. Let us help you create a meal your family and friends will remember for years to come. Happy holidays from everyone at Super One Foods.
Hi, this is Denny Holzman, Doctor of Physical Therapy at Grand Itasca. As a member of the Grand Itasca Sports Medicine team, I'm happy to help expand our coverage to my hometown of Hill City. Now providing training room time and sideline coverage, we're able to support more local athletes, ensuring safe play and prompt injury care. The Grand Itasca Sports Medicine team is your first call for sports injury care. We'll get you back to the game as soon and safely as possible.
Grand Itasca, part of Fairview Health Services.
If you're looking for a one-stop shopping destination while traveling through Deer River, or if you're a long-term area member, the Northern Star Cenex Travel Center's friendly, hardworking staff is there to serve you. Hungry? Choose from Freshway Subs and Salads, Pizza Hut Express, or A&W, or grab something ready-made from their grab-and-go cooler. Plenty of snacks and beverages available, plus their laser-wash 360 automatic touchless car wash. Plus, customers tell them they have the nicest, cleanest restrooms in northern Minnesota. Northern Star Cenex, Deer River.
I'm Andy Klocko.
And I'm Tasha Klocko.
And we own and operate Klocko Brewing Company. And at the brewery we have a tap room where people can come in and buy beer to go or sit down and have a pint.
We also have craft soda and tea for non-beer drinkers as well.
We work with Wayne Bruns. He's our commercial loan officer.
More like family now and
yeah,
our biggest supporter in personal banking.
Yeah, we have our personal banking, Kasasa, and the Saver account. Oh, love it. Yeah. We're like family and definitely a great partner to have. All the folks up front have always been extremely helpful. Melissa and Tyler especially. See them on a weekly basis.
Yes, right.
Woodland to us came very highly recommended from multiple people in the community. Kind of hit it off with everyone right away and sort of felt like the right thing.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
That's the Woodland way. Classic Radio weather.
Here's your KOZY weatherology forecast. A winter storm warning continues until 6 a.m. Monday morning. Cloudy skies this afternoon with snow likely. Highs around 31. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. A mixture of precipitation likely tonight, 31. Cloudy tomorrow, mixed precipitation likely, 35. 6 to 12 inches of snow today through Monday night. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently, it's 19.
AM 1320 and FM 93.1 KOZY, streaming live, audio and video, KOZYradio.com. You can find the video link on Twitter. Search for @SheldonKOZY. And good to have everybody back. Right now, kind of a track and field segment here, Home for the Holidays episode. We're joined by Annie Ferlardo, also Jalen Lauer, and soon to be Siri Geisler.
Yeah, well, it's a long drive from Coleraine, so you know it's. Anyways, we'll give Siri a harder time when she gets here. She's probably listening right now. Jalen and Annie, we'll start here as home for the holidays. But Jalen, you're not home for very long.
No, I never am. I don't make it home a lot, and when I'm home, I'm not home for very long. I got work and a boyfriend that lives in Wisconsin, so I'm back and forth between here and there. So.
Well. We're very lucky to have you then, because you don't show up in Grand Rapids very often.
No, I don't.
Annie, you have a little longer holiday break. Are you here for a little longer?
Yeah, I'm going back the 5th, and that's so I have a week before school starts, and we'll start practicing again.
And you're at track and field at St. Cloud State.
Yes.
Jalen, you're at Minnesota State Mankato.
Yep.
And what year are you in college? You have to refresh my memory because things start running together on me.
I'm my second semester of sophomore year.
Okay. And what events are you in track?
For indoor season, I throw shot put and the weight throw, and then outdoor, I throw shot put, discus, and hammer.
Well, you and Siri will have a lot to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
When Siri gets in here, two throwers, you just you're gonna be the odd person out, Jalen.
I know, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. So.
Distance running, right?
Yep.
And I know whenever I talk to Coach Coho, he brings your high school career up.
Oh God.
As someone who worked so hard to get back to state, you were an incredible runner, young.
Mm-hmm.
As what, a 7th, 8th grader?
Yep.
And then everything changes.
Mm-hmm.
People grow up, and you had to work so hard, and ended up getting back to state as a senior. Talk a little bit about that, about your high school career and how that prepared you for college.
Well, yeah, like you said, I was really good in 7th and 8th grade. I made it to state in track in 7th grade in the 2-mile, just totally unexpected, and made it to state and cross my 8th and 9th grade year. And then I grew about 1.5 feet and gained like 50 pounds. And adjusting to that was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do, because I went from being this little twiggy 7th grader to a big, not big, but
to a lady.
To a woman,
yeah. Absolutely.
And I really struggled. My sophomore and junior year were awful. Like, I wanted to quit. I wanted to just be done. I wasn't good anymore, but...
Come on in, Siri. You're
welcome.
Right here.
And,
it's only a long javelin throw from Coleraine to here, you know.
But just my senior year, I wanted to get back one more time, and I just worked really hard and did everything that I could, and I think that made me really excited to run in college, because I knew it was just that next level of commitment and whatnot. So
are your times now better than your 7th and 8th grade times finally?
Oh no, not yet.
Not yet.
I run a little farther now than I did. That was like the 1-mile, 2-mile, and now I do the 3K, 5K, 10K, and they don't have a 5K in high school for track or 10K. So, and the 3K is just under 2 miles. So I'm a little off. So, no, I haven't beat my PRs yet, but I hope to eventually.
And Siri, welcome.
Thank you.
We gave you the 9:30 slot so you could be here on time, you know.
You should know better.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Good to see you again. And you're still at Arizona State.
I am, yep.
And you because of a medical red shirt, have one more year of eligibility?
Correct. Yep, this will be my redshirt senior season. So.
And you've had to work back from a shoulder injury, was it?
It was the elbow. I
or
actually
elbow,
had
okay.
Tommy John surgery. Yep.
So you've had a full rehab and working through that.
Yes.
That has to be something that's a new experience and not one you'd wish on anybody.
No, I I do not. It was a long process getting back. It took about a whole year before I could even start really using my arm again, and so that was difficult. But now we're back and we're full go, and it feels awesome to be back. So.
Does it feel even stronger than what it did before the surgery, or just the same?
It feels about the same. It feels about the same. It just takes a little longer to warm up, and other than that, it's normal.
And when you had the surgery, the prognosis was you could get back 100%. It was just going to be a long road.
Yep. It was 9 to 12 months is what they said that it'd take, and mine took the full 12.
Was it something that you had to make sure you didn't push yourself too much, that you had to
Yep.
follow the program, follow the protocol that was laid out?
For sure. We started off very, very basic with just stretching and mobility. We didn't get to any sort of even light weights until probably 6 to 9 months in. It was like no lifting, none of that. Just let the body recover and take care of itself.
Now, Annie's throwing at St. Cloud State, but
Okay.
they can't throw the javelin up here in the
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah, no, that's a challenge. I know all about that.
You put it through the top of the dome there, and they're not happy, right?
Yeah, they would be mad. I don't want to do that.
But that was one of the reasons to go to Arizona State, right? So you could have outdoor practice all the time.
For sure, that was the big pull. Just the weather down there, and then the coaching atmosphere is just very appealing.
Now, both Jalen and Annie, both of you have stayed in Minnesota. Does it feel kind of home-like, I guess, at Mankato? It's a little bigger town than Grand Rapids.
It is,
but
and it's honestly a little warmer down there than it is up here most of the time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah,
So maybe like 10, 15 degrees every once in a while, and we don't get as much snow most of the time. So it has its perks, but I'm definitely a northern girl. So
and I know I was right beside the St. Cloud State campus earlier this year, and walking along the river. It's quite a bit bigger town than Grand Rapids, but does it still feel fairly normal coming from northern Minnesota to you?
Yeah, I really like it there actually because it's the perfect size, and just like I can make I have a community of like athletes, and I live close to the athletic buildings, so do all my friends and like other athletes. So like our little like community is small, and if I need to though, like I can like go out and like branch out to like other parts of campus and other like groups of people, and like it's big again. So like it's like I can just make it whatever I want it to be, and I mean it's really nice. I like it.
Does it feel like it's warmer at St. Cloud than here?
Not as much as Mankato, but
little
yeah,
farther
sometimes I'll look at the temperature. I'm like, oh yeah, in Grand Rapids, it's -20.
it's the same thing.
And how's your break been so far, Annie? And how was Christmas?
So far it's been really, really good. I've been working a little bit, seeing some friends, kind of laying low. It's been like the ideal break, I think, so far.
It can be tough to determine, like, okay, how many hours do I want to work when I'm on break? How much do I just
Yeah.
want to relax? And found a nice balance, though.
Yeah, I actually, so when I work at 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. and I have practice usually at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna take a break. Like I'm gonna sleep in, and I'm waking up at 5 instead of 6 now. So it's not really the sleeping in that I'm getting, but.
And Jalen, how's been your break, and how was your Christmas?
It was good. I haven't been home for very long, but I had Christmas right away and just been hanging out with my family, and my parents just got a puppy, so that's been fun.
What's the puppy's name?
Zoe.
Oh.
She's a yellow lab.
Fun fact, my sister and brother-in-law have a dog named Zoe.
Yep.
So there's your fun
It's a pretty
fact for the
common
day.
name, I think.
Yeah. Siri, how was your Christmas, and how's the break been?
It's been great. They gave us a 3-week break, so I don't have to go back to the 4th, and just been enjoying time with the family and did a couple trips out to North Dakota to see old college friends, and just other than that, hanging out.
So, and both Jalen and Annie in Minnesota towns, talk a little bit about the culture shift as you go to Arizona State. That it's a totally,
Yeah,
it almost feels like a different country, doesn't it?
for sure. It's way different, like night and day. I don't know if there's actually even many similarities at all. So that was kind of a bit
People
of a
still
shock.
walk on 2 feet and speak English. That's about
Barely. They got Uber down there, so you don't see.
it. Okay. And it's so hot you don't want to walk anywhere.
No, you don't. You got AC, so. No, it's been a culture shift for sure. Definitely a mixing pot. So just a whole bunch of different cultures brought in, and you learn a lot just about diversity and everything with that aspects for sure.
And it's
just
a
that
bit,
fast paced, big city.
it's a big, what city is it in?
Tempe.
Okay. And how big a campus? I mean, it's a big state campus, so I'm sure a lot of people there.
There are, I want to say 5 total campuses. So in total, I want to say it's around 90,000 something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's big.
We had like a graduating class of 30,000, I want to say. So.
Yeah, and spread out over. So do you make friends like starting with the track team and just branching out from there?
Yeah, start in and then try work your way out, because you don't see the same people every single day. So that's a little more challenging, I'd say, than at North Dakota. I'd see the same 20 people every single day, so you quickly make those friendships. But in Arizona, you got to kind of go out of your way to do that, for sure, with how big it is.
And of course, you went to Greenway
Yeah.
to high school, so that's an even smaller school experience than Grand Rapids. Do you have you turned into a city girl by now?
No.
Not at all?
No, I still love the everybody knows everybody and everybody's nice to each other type thing. So.
Now, and certainly you went and kind of took the track world by storm a little bit, because of course javelin is not a high school sport in Minnesota.
No, it's not.
So you picked that up and boom, you were at Division 2.
I was over at an NAIA.
At NAIA,
Yep.
and winning championships off the bat. Now in Division 1 at the top of the college. Talk a little bit about where your throws are at right now and what your goals are your senior year.
So I ended the season last year with my PR of 55.68, I want to say, 182.10. So my goals for this season are to break 60 meters and hit 200 plus feet. I want to win the NCAAs and then hopefully qualify for the USA's to go for the trials this year. So yeah, hopefully win out Pac-12s, West Regions, and NCAAs.
Does it feel like that's in reach? Does the body feel ready to do that?
It does. Training's been going really well this fall. I've been seeing a lot of improvement just in my physical strength and ability. I'm able to lift a whole lot more, and just technique is coming along as it should be.
So Jalen, you talked about wanting to set a PR, break your early junior high PR. Talk a little bit about it's an indoor season right now, and
Yep.
you said you have a lot of home meets because you got a fun new track.
Oh yeah, we have all of our meets are at home. We have one away meet in South Dakota, so we don't have to travel, which is nice, and we get that luxury of getting to sleep in our own beds and whatnot. But it's nice too because we train on the track that we compete on, so that's a big advantage too. But I'm just ready to work hard and in my last indoor season, so try and take some PRs down and get a little better.
Now throwing becomes running is a little different too, because you got to run that
Lots of
shorter,
laps.
lots of laps, 200-meter track, right?
Yep.
But throwing becomes a lot different too. You can't throw discus.
Yeah. We actually are really lucky because we have there's a room upstairs above the gym, and there's nets, so we can do some footwork in there, throw into the nets, so we can get discus in, we can get hammer and weight in upstairs, so it's really nice to use in the winter.
Now, Alex Boyd was in our first segment, and he said the weight throw is the most technical and tough one he does. I don't know if he really liked it. Just for, do you agree with that? Are you throwing weight in the indoor season?
Yeah, I actually have been having a hard time with weight. Last year I ended it really good, I thought, and just for my first year I was very happy with it, and I came back this year expecting a lot, and it was very hard for me to learn the footwork again and get back to it. And just a couple weeks ago I stopped tripping over my own feet in the ring, and it's just a mess. If you saw me, you're like, oh gosh, she's not yet. But I just started getting back in the rhythm of it, and it's taken a while. And there's always something that I'm doing wrong. There's always a couple things I'm doing wrong. There's a lot of, it's hard. I really like it though. It's a love-hate.
So Alex was right when he says it's very technical.
Yep, I agree with him.
So have you thrown anything other than javelin at the college level?
Yes, over in Valley City, I used to throw shot, disc, hammer, weight.
Everything, okay.
Jav, yeah.
Do you agree that weight's a technical one?
Weight was challenging. I didn't really learn it per se.
Okay.
Quotes. But yeah, I just tried to muscle it out there and see what it could do. So
yeah, strength solves everything.
We try.
Just overpower it. Talk a little bit about schooling. You're into your 5th year of schooling. Have you graduated already? Or?
I did. So I got my degree in interdisciplinary studies with concentrations in personal health and business. Kind of a mouthful.
Yep.
But I'm getting my master's right now in liberal studies.
And Jaylin, where are you at in your schooling? And in our first segment, Eric said, pick a school based on their academics, and then figure the sports out later. Are you happy with the academics there at Minnesota State?
Oh,
Mankato?
absolutely. I didn't really tour a lot of colleges. I just knew I wanted to be away from here, and I didn't want to go to UMD or UND. So I was like, oh, Mankato, I'll go there. And Aaron Baker and Megan Allen ran there. So I was like, okay, they have a good program. But their academics are really good. I'm a senior in the psychology program right now, and they've treated me well so far, and I have no complaints. So, but
and running for a lot of people is kind of a foreign thing and not a fun thing. So, what keeps you motivated to keep running?
Oh boy, I just think I've been doing it for so long. It's just part of me now. I just don't know how to stop.
And you mentioned a couple of your friends at Mankato. Any other ones that have come along recently to Mankato from the area?
No, I don't think so. None that are in sports. But there's a girl, Avery Byer goes to Gustavus, and Evan David goes to Carleton. So they're around, but not at the school.
And Annie, I know Micah Miller goes to St. Cloud State as well. Any other area folks go to St. Cloud?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anyone in sports, but I do see Micah around campus every once in a while. And I go to the hockey games, so I see him play. Yeah.
Speaking of going to games, Siri, any ASU football games you've gone to?
I actually went to a lot this year. I think
you?
I went
Nice.
to almost all of them, all of the home games. They had a pretty good season this year, so that was a lot of fun.
I like their new coach, Herm Edwards.
Yeah, he's smart, intelligent man, so it's been a lot of fun. He's working on rebuilding the program and starting from the bottom. So
I always loved watching him on ESPN. And when he was coaching the Jets, too.
Yeah, exactly.
You play to win the game, Sheldon.
Well, that sounds obvious. So have you gotten to high school games during your break here, Annie, or not really?
I have gone, well, I guess last year I went to a couple of the track meets. I went to their section meet, I think. And I also went to another one that was around St. Cloud. And it was nice seeing everyone again. And my sister is in track too, so I kind of watching her a little bit, and it was a lot of fun. Really different going back and looking at it, but.
So, and you mentioned running just becomes what you do. I think, go back to Coho again, he says running, it's a habit, then it's an obsession. Is it an
Yeah.
obsession with you now, or not really?
Not yet. I think I'm running Grandma's full marathon in June, and then I think I'm gonna take a break after that and try and
That's what they
love
all
it
say.
again. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try.
Do you have a time goal for Grandma's marathon? Like, are you trying to use that to qualify for some other marathons,
No,
or
I'm
not
just
really?
gonna do it just
Okay.
because our coach doesn't let us do it while we have eligibility. So it's kind of like a tradition that the girls that graduate do it.
Okay.
Like the month after they graduate.
So you'll
'cause
have
they're-
some teammates doing it too that
Yep,
graduated with you.
Yep, and I have a girl who's graduating with me in my year that is doing it with me. So, and it's the best shape we're ever gonna be in probably. So I think it's the best time to do it. So I'm just gonna go for it. Yeah.
Very good. So have you gotten to any Greenway sports here on winter break? Were you at the hockey game last
I
night?
was. That was a really good game,
Yeah.
actually. Nice, pleasant win, and it was fun. It was good to be back in the snake pit.
Did you follow the volleyball team as they made it to state at all? Were you able to follow that from
No,
Arizona?
Not as much, but I did see updates as kind of where they were at and them making it, and kind of the score updates and stuff. But
Did you get jealous at all?
yes, yes, very much so.
How many section championships were you in?
Three, all against Mora. I'm still bitter. So yeah.
And yeah, if you could have played single A, it would have been a whole different
It
thing,
would
right?
have been a whole different game. Shoot.
Yeah, and do you still keep up with high school friends?
I do.
From back here?
There's a handful that I still keep in contact with and try to make sure I'm reaching out to. And when we're all back, we try to get together. So
Jalen, you wanted to get away from Grand Rapids. You want to get away from all your high school friends too?
Well, a few of them are down there, like Eddie Cease. I see him every once in a while because he goes to Morris with
Right.
Alex, and I see people when I can, but I'm pretty busy with school and running and work, so I don't really get a chance to.
You keep up with your high school pals?
I do. I really enjoyed my high school friends, and over like phone and texting and stuff, we don't see each other that much, but when we're home, we always spend a couple of days all hanging out and doing something fun, and we're always doing something.
We've been asking people this morning their most memorable Christmas gift ever. What do you think, Annie?
Well, I have a really bad memory, but
Me too.
This year, I don't know, my grandma got me a $40 Aldi gift card. And I love Aldi a lot. Their deals are unbeatable, and like $40 could buy me like 3 months of groceries. Like that is just, it's really nice. Thank you, Grandma.
And Jalen?
Probably my most memorable Christmas present was when I was a junior in high school. My mom got me One Direction concert tickets. That was pretty cool at the time.
Nice.
And was the concert worth it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Was it the story of your life?
It was my first concert, so it was pretty good.
Thank you. Siri, most memorable Christmas gift?
shoot, I'm kind of a sneakerhead, so anytime I get shoes, I'm pretty excited.
Should have had her on with Heaven Hamling. They would have talked shoes for hours. You have a lot of siblings to buy for at Christmas, don't you?
Yes, luckily we do exchange like names. We draw names.
Oh, good. That works.
Yep.
Sweet.
That helps.
Otherwise, there'd be no way to afford Christmas, right?
No.
Especially when you're in college. Come on now.
Exactly.
Well, and Joe and I were talking. One of our first home for the holidays, we asked, should college athletes get paid?
Yes.
Oh. Siri has an opinion on that, I see. But you're not getting paid.
I mean, we get
in
paid
that
through
sense.
scholarship.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
yeah.
that is a big help in itself there. But, I mean, I wouldn't turn it down if somebody offered me a check every month either, too. So.
Well, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's. I think it will be on its way, but probably not till after you're done. Sorry.
No, probably not.
Yeah, we were just talking. It was interesting how we were asking about that a few years ago, and now it's, the wheels are kind of in motion for that. So, very cool. Well, again, thanks for coming in today. Sheldon, anything else from you?
Oh, I don't seem that now my mind is blank now. It happens to me sometimes after a couple hours. It's really great to catch up with everyone. Actually, I asked Siri about her major. I didn't ask you two. Well, you said psychology.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, mine.
So now we're gonna have to put Annie on the spot.
Yeah, my major right now is health and physical education. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I don't have to be a teacher. I can go on
Physical therapy or something like
yeah,
that, or
I can
is
go
it?
get my master's in like cardiac rehab, physical therapy, like whatever.
Okay.
Whatever I decide, I have no idea. I'm just gonna let it happen when it happens, and
But kind of head in that direction and
Yeah.
in sports physiology. And
yeah, I'm okay with like really anything that branches like I branch out to. So we'll see. I don't know. I'll let you know. And
in 4 or 5 years, you'll have a better idea.
yeah, I'll let you know.
Thanks again for coming in, and good luck. Good luck in the new year and in the indoor track season. Don't drill yourself into the ground running. So you run a 10K on an indoor track?
No, they don't have the 10K
Okay.
indoor, but the 5K is 25 laps.
Oh, that's as bad as a
So-
swimming 500
Yeah, you're telling me.
on a 25-yard pool.
Yeah.
Thanks again for coming in, and happy holidays.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. And thanks for having us.
And that is Siri Geisler, Jalen Lauer, and Annie Farlardo here on the Sports Issue. Thanks much for coming in. A couple quick notes. Wild with a 6-4 win last night over Colorado. Good win for Minnesota coming out of the holiday break. The Wolves play the Cavs tonight as the Wolves ended their 11-game losing streak earlier in the week with a 105-104 double overtime win over Sacramento. And on our schedule today, we have Gopher men's basketball on the air as they take on Florida International. That'll be a 2:30 pregame, 3 o'clock for your opening tip. Tomorrow here on KOZY, it'll be Wild Hockey hosting the New York Islanders. Cal Clutterbuck back in town and some other Minnesota natives on the team. Clutterbuck, not a Minnesota native, but a former Wild player. Guys like Brock Nelson, Anders Lee, and others coming back to Minnesota tomorrow. Wild and the Islanders, 4:45 pregame, 5 o'clock faceoff tomorrow here on your sports leader. Over on KMFY tomorrow, it'll be Vikings football against Chicago, regular season finale. Vikings are locked into the 6th seed. Their opening round opponent, well, to be determined. Could be San Francisco, could be Green Bay, could be Seattle, could be New Orleans. We shall see. We will find out after tomorrow's games. Vikings and the Bears tomorrow, 11 a.m. pregame for a noon kickoff on your home for Vikings football, 96.9 KMFY. Again, a big thank you to all of our guests here today on our Home for the Holidays show. And, of course, big thank you to our sponsors who make this show possible. Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital, Jimmy John's, Anderson Glass, and Northern Star Cenex A&W of Deer River. Thank you also to Dondelinger Ford, Woodland Bank, and Super One Foods. We'll do this again next Saturday morning from 8 to 10. For Sheldon Willis, I'm Joe Gigliotti. Thanks for joining us for the Sports Issue. Again, winter storm warning this weekend. Be careful out there. KOZY.
Classic Hit Radio, 1320 KOZY Grand Rapids, and FM 93.1.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. A developing story out of Louisiana. Police in Lafayette tell ABC News they're responding to an incident in the city, confirming to a local affiliate that a plane crashed near the post office. In a few hours, rescue crews in Hawaii will resume the search for one more person still missing after the helicopter crashed on the island of Kauai. 6 bodies were recovered Friday afternoon. Officials say the flight last made contact Thursday. ABC's Will Carr is in Kauai.
Stormy weather smothering the area. Authorities now waiting until daylight to search for the last victim after a tour helicopter crashed carrying 7 people, including the pilot and 2 families. So far, the remains of 6 victims have been recovered.
The impeachment trial date still not set in the new year. President Trump and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi on holiday break, but that
this trial, at the same time, as you said, soliciting advice from his allies down in Mar-a-Lago about what in particular this defense will look like and when it will be mounted. The president eager for his symbolic day in court, believing that the Senate will vindicate him after he was impeached by the House. He's eager to get this trial underway. Of course, he's being stymied by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who has so far refused to send over those 2 articles of impeachment. Now, what is this standoff all about? It's about the rules of the Senate trial, what it will look like. Pelosi believes that Democrats should be able to call witnesses, including some of those White House officials who refused to participate in the House proceedings, like Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney. And now that's in direct opposition to what Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has said. He said he cannot set the rules for the Senate trial until he has those articles of impeachment. He so far has refused Democrats' requests to include witness subpoenas in the initial resolution setting the Senate trial. He has expressed a desire not to get the Senate trial underway. He doesn't share President Trump's eagerness to get this going, and he has scoffed at Democrats' attempts at using leverage in sending over those articles of impeachment, saying